Well, good morning everybody and welcome to the channel. Hey, it is a gorgeous day out here. Bright blue skies. Probably blinded you with the sun there a little bit. And I have a little issue. My first issue in the Tundra back here. You guys can see I've got it actually out here in the light so we can see it a little bit better. But I'm going to jump inside. I'm going to show you what it is, and then I have just a simple little remedy I'm going to try. So we're going to see if that solves the problem, or if there even is a problem. I'm not quite sure. But let's jump in the truck and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, what I'm talking about has to do with the seat here. So we got to climb up in so I can kind of show you sort of what exactly it is I mean. Now, I don't know if you'll be able to tell from looking in the truck here. Let's see if I can point you down a little bit. There, so we're sitting in the seat, and what I've noticed, sometimes when I first take off, the seat actually moves. And it's not doing it there, but it actually moves when I back out of the garage, and then I put it into drive and take off, the seat goes back a little bit. I can feel it. It's kind of like a little hitch. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a thump. There, it did it. There, I don't know if you guys can hear that. I can feel it a little bit, and it actually does it a little more severely when I first take off. So, what I thought we'd do is make sure that all the bolts down there are tight, because if a bolt's a little bit loose or something down there, and I've had this happen before. I actually had a Ram Rebel where they didn't put in one of the seat bolts. It was actually laying on the floor when I got the truck. So I put it back in and everything was fine. I don't know why it was out. Maybe they had to adjust the seat or something in production. Who knows? But anyway, let me go grab a socket, and I believe it's a 14 millimeter. Believe it or not, it's not a 10 millimeter bolt. Okay, got you guys down here in the front, and the bolts are right here in the front. One over here in the corner and one right here. And got my socket. It is a 14 millimeter. So let's go ahead and see if we can tighten them up at all, if they're loose or not. We'll start over here on the door side. Nice and tight there. No issue on the door side. Let's move you guys over to hit the interior bolt there. Down here in the corner, make sure you guys can see that. Let's give that a quick hit. Nice and tight there. So no issues on the front bolts. Now let's move to the back. Go ahead and get you guys set up down here. And of course you can see it has these covers. I think we'll start over here on the interior on this side, and I think these just kind of separate and pull off. Like I said, I've never had these off before, so let's see. And I really don't want to break them. I suppose it would be smart to put the seat up, so let me go ahead and move the seat up. So we have the seat up out of the way. Now let's try this again. Again, I've never had these off. I really don't want to break them. Okay, I got it off. Kind of an odd clip here that fits through. You'd be better off to reach in behind and kind of squeeze the sides in here to pull this off. Otherwise, it's very difficult. When I pull it off, this clasp actually stayed inside the slot there, which is right there. So I had to take that out and then put it back on here. That was kind of a pain. Otherwise, it's not too bad. There's a little nub here that slides, or a little nub here rather, that slides in this slot, and then it slides over the edges right here and right up here to hold it on. So not too difficult once you figure out how to do it. You just have to figure out how to do it. So let's go ahead and see if this is loose at all. Assuming it is the same bolt size, that's a good thing. No, not really. That one's pretty darn tight. So I'm going to go ahead and get this cover back on here, and then we'll See if we can't tackle the other side. I'll leave you guys on, see how difficult this is to get back on. Shouldn't be too bad now that I think I know what I'm doing. Alright, like I said, I'm going to try, see if I can't push that in this time, instead of just ripping it out of there. There, much easier if you do it that way. If you're going to do this, I'd make sure you do it that way, because this thing pulls off and it has some pretty sharp little clips that hold it on the inside, and you might actually damage the plastic if you just jerk it off of there. So let's go ahead and see if this one's tight. Looks like it's at a weird angle, actually. If you guys can see, it looks like it sits kind of funny. I don't know, but let's put a wrench on it. All right, that one tightened just a little bit. Honestly, I don't think that's enough to have caused any issue, but it did turn just slightly. Now, while I'm under here, there's a kind of a lever under here. You guys can see. I don't know what this is for. Interesting. If anybody knows, leave a comment down below. There's one on each side, one here and one over on the other side. Kind of looks like a lever that pulls down. I don't know what the purpose of this is, but I'd be curious if anybody else knows. Let's go ahead. We'll put this back on. Again, we want to slide it. This little indent here, or little lip, is going to slide over the nub down here. And then, of course, our little clasp is going to go in the hole right here. So, it's just that easy. The other side should have been that easy as well. I'm sure I probably... there, I pulled that thing right out again. I'll be darned. You see, this is what I'm talking about. Right here, this clasp came off, and you have to separate it. Let's see if we can get it out of there. I'll show you what I'm looking at. That's what I'm talking about. It has these little pointy edges here that kind of go around the plastic. It's kind of a drag to get back on, but I'm going to go ahead and put it back on here again, right here in the middle, and then we'll slip that clip back in the slot there and put this thing back on. I might have actually gouged it a little bit here trying to get it off, you guys can see. So make sure you do it the right way if you are going to take these off for some reason, maybe to see if yours are tight. Okay, everything is tightened up like you saw in the video there. There's really only one bolt that was even just minutely off. I mean, if it was off at all, I don't really think it would have been enough to cause a problem, but who knows? I did move the seat, so maybe I was just in between a little click on the seat or something. I don't know, but I have noticed this a few times, several times actually, in the past. So I don't think that was it, but it's the moment of truth. I'm going to point you down here a little bit and do my little back and forth motion. We'll see what happens. So here we go. Now, you guys can hear it's not moving back and forth now, so that's good. So maybe moving the seat, you know, because once you put the seat in the position you're going to drive in, you never really move it again. At least I don't, because I'm the only one driving the truck. So I do still hear a noise, but I think really what it is, it's more of a front to back kind of noise, an up and down thing. So maybe it's a little loose on its bracket, I don't know. Obviously, there's always some tolerance in there. It's not a problem, don't get me wrong. It's just one of those little things, you know. So anyway, it seems to be good. You can hear it a little bit back and forth. I mean, you know, it is stuffed with some kind of padding material, and so it is going to move a little bit. I mean, I don't expect it to be perfect, but it just felt like it was a little more than what it should be, and now seems to be okay. I'm okay with it. So anyway, if you have this issue, the first thing I would check, I mean, it takes 2 seconds to do. As you saw, it's not difficult. I would check the front bolts, pull those covers off, make sure the rears are tight before you spend, you know, 2 or 3 hours at a dealership for them to potentially do the same exact thing. Anyway, let me know. You guys ever experienced this, either in your current Tundra or any other vehicle, where the seat's loose and it just kind of drives you nuts a little bit? Leave a comment down below. Let me know. As usual, appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time on the web. Have a great day. Bye.